Hi there. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is rated for those aged 18 and older, as we do cover mature topics on occasion and swear often. So if you shouldn't handle these topics, click the fuck off right now. And, all you motherfuckers still here, enjoy the show. So this is gonna be completely out of left field. Are you both familiar with it's a meme video that's someone reading like meme derivations of the cover of Road to El Dorado?
No.
Okay. Frick, I don't know if I'm going to be able to all right, I need to message my sister because she's the one who has the video I'm thinking of in a playlist.
Why do you
So I'm going to need to have her send that over to me, and I need to show the both of you.
Okay, what is the context for this? Why are you bringing this up?
Because my own brain came up with a Missy classic that's just another derivation of it that is not listed.
Very fair.
But it's not going to make it's obscure, and it's not going to make any sense unless the both of you have seen the original, which I still think is essential internet history. Okay. So you both need to see it anyway. Anyway, welcome to the Chaotically Queer podcast.
Yep, she got it.
I'm not even mad, honestly. Like, I was kind of enjoying what she was cooking, so I was like, I'm not even going to try for this one. I'm going to let her have this one.
And look, Missy,
listen, when it comes to memes, I don't miss.
Yeah, also, you haven't done that in a hot minute.
Really?
Yeah, it's either been me or Jazzy sniping it for a hot minute. The last time you did that, I think it was like middle of last year.
Really?
Oh, dang.
I think it was around that time that I just stopped keeping track.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Man,
I think it's also because you were trying to do the other thing that you do to introduce our podcast, which is...
well, welcome everyone to the Chaotically Queer podcast, the podcast where three queer voice actors talk about the things that interest us, and sometimes we stay on topic.
Sometimes,
not always.
So, here's a fun fact, y'all. I haven't seen any movies yet from this year. I'm going to tomorrow, but I have nothing to talk about when we get to that part.
Happy New Year. Can it be over already?
We're recording this on the last day of January, and it feels like the entirety of 2026 has already happened. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it's been a hell of a year, Captain. It's only the end of January.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, next month, or I guess this month, in terms of when this podcast is being posted, my girlfriend's moving in with me, so that's an interesting.
Let's fucking go. Congrats. It's about damn time.
Mm-hmm. So I get to enjoy living together life.
Nice. And it's ironic that you haven't seen any films this year, because, like, I've seen, not counting the Ghibli movie we're about to talk about, I've seen, like, 2 movies since the last podcast in cinemas. Even
I mean I'm talking movies that are new. I've watched a few like older ones and even rewatched some. Like my roommates and I are in the middle of a couple different rewatches going on. I mean Ash and I are going through the Hunger Games movies, and then Ash, Steph, and I are going through Star Wars. So
nice.
So
I seem to remember, like, the most memorable part of the first Hunger Games movie was the actor that I can't remember the name of.
So the most memorable part is the part you can't remember.
Well, I remember his performance. I don't remember his name. But he's like one of those beloved actors who sadly passed away a while ago.
Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman?
That's him.
Yeah, he was in Catching Fire and the rest of them. Yeah, we just got through Catching Fire the other day, and I will say, while I thought the first film was just kind of fine, Catching Fire was actually a banger. So there you go. There's my review of the Hunger Games film so far.
Absolutely.
I seem to remember Catching Fire was good, and I also pointed at the screen at one point and was like, "Wait a second, you were in Casino Royale."
Well, actually, I did see a couple movies from 2025 after we recorded the last episode that I'm sad I didn't see before then because they would have absolutely made my ranking. So I guess I'll talk about those when we get to it.
Hell yeah.
Actually, three, I think, if I remember the last recording date correctly. Did I talk about the third Avatar movie?
I think I would remember if you talked about the third Avatar movie.
So I know exactly. Okay, so I have three movies to talk about when we get to that point. But I think we should talk about the Ghibli film for today. What do y'all think?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get to
let's go
talking
for
about
it.
the Secret World of Arietty.
So Secret World of Arietty
Secret
or
World,
Arietty,
that's the
as
adjective. Right.
yeah, it's called Secret World of Arietty in the U.S. and other countries, but in Japan and the U.K., where we watch the dub from because it's better.
Baby Tom Holland.
It's just called Arietty. Yeah, we watched the UK dub for this one because I refused to watch the Disney dub. I don't normally mind Disney dubs for Ghibli films. This is the exception. They did a piss poor job with this one. They got a bad performance out of Will Arnett. You try working that out.
Yeah, no objections here. I think I remember watching the Disney dub for this like one time, and I'm just like, oh no, never again.
Fun fact, it's the Disney dub.
Fun fact, it's the last Ghibli film that Disney dubbed. From
Wild. Actually.
Now on, it's just G-Kids, so... Yeah. So from Up on Poppy Hill onward, it's G-Kids handling the dubbing, so...
Okay.
Nice.
Well, actually, I tell a lie. Wind Rises was also dubbed by Disney under their Touchstone branch. I completely forgot, so...
and I keep forgetting Touchstone was Disney.
Yeah.
I always forget Touchstone is Disney.
I always associate Touchstone with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, it's because I think it was like branded underneath Buena Vista Film or something like that, because it's like they have like all these different subdivisions. But unfortunately, it all falls under the House of Mouse eventually.
Yeah. So, the thing is with nowadays, all the Ghibli films are under G-Kids, including Grave of the Fireflies, which only recently got under their umbrella. And I got the steelbook for that one in celebration because, it's a gorgeous looking steelbook.
Nice.
Oh, sick.
But yeah, no. Okay, so Arietty, it's fine. There's my review.
I think this takes the award for Ghibli movie of all time.
Wow, we really don't have anything to say about Arietty, huh?
It's just
fine.
Kinda there. It's not good enough to be worth gushing about, but not bad enough where I feel like ranting. It's fine. It is
visually, it's gorgeous.
You both synced up when you were both like, it's fine. Actually, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's just
contrary to how it may seem. Jazzy and I actually agree more often than we don't.
Right. I was gonna say you and I were both pretty like ride or die for only yesterday. So
yeah,
but yeah, no, it's. The thing about Arietty is that if this were made by any other studio, it would probably be one of their best films. But because it's made by Ghibli, it's noticeably weak in comparison.
Yeah.
So at the very least, like on my list, I say that I put like anything below Nausicaa is just, it's a perfectly serviceable movie.
Mm-hmm.
On a ranking of Ghibli, which, as we've talked before, has produced some transcendent bangers.
Right. Like, again, it's weird because, again, if this came from any other studio, I'd say it's like an underrated gem. But coming from Ghibli, it's just a solid film. And there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But it's not even the best film from this director, believe it or not. I would say that comes later down the line.
Who was this director again?
Let me look up the name because I can never remember. This is terrible to say. I can never remember Ghibli directors unless they're Miyazaki or Takahata.
Yeah.
Okay. It was directed by Hiromasa Yonebayashi.
Okay, cool.
He worked as in animation on a bunch of Ghibli films since Mononoke. Arietty was Yeah, Arietty was his directorial debut. He would later go on to direct when Marnie was there, which we'll get to. He did also work on animation later on with The Boy and the Heron, and he also founded Studio Pontiac, which is basically the Studio Ghibli replacement back when they were on hiatus. So,
And
Oh,
he was
really?
also, if I'm not mistaken, the director for Mary and the Witch's Flower.
yes, which is another movie that I think is just kind of meh. So,
And which is kind of unfortunate because like it looked like it was going to be so hype back in the day.
mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess I'll take a brief 1 second since it's not part of the marathon. Here is my thoughts on Mary and the Witch's Flower. It is a movie. That is my
Uh,
thoughts on Mary and the Witch's Flower.
audience applauds. Editing Chloe put in a standard gif of like a crowd standing up and clapping.
Followed by like all of us doing Walla for like clapping and going yay about it.
Yeah, we should just send in Walla of
Yes!
just applause to use for this.
Fucking do it. Editing Chloe will fucking do that shit. Don't even worry
I was
about
gonna
it.
say,
I
wouldn't
keep
be the first.
asking editing Chloe to do stuff, and I have made this mistake myself.
But yeah, so I have nothing else to say about Arietty, really. If you're watching it, either watch it in Japanese or watch the UK dub. It's a fine adaptation of a fine book. The performances are in the UK dub were pretty great, especially Saoirse Ronan and Tom Holland. Olivia Colman's also there. Always love me some Olivia Colman.
Oh hell yeah!
Um, I like the ending, and I like how ambiguous it is when you don't watch the Disney dub because they took away the ambiguity of it.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, I like it. It's fine. It's a fine movie. I'll watch it again if presented with the opportunity, but it's not something I'd rush to watch again, if I'm being honest.
I do have a couple more thoughts, but Chloe, did you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, honestly, it's just like was kind of feeling this the entire film, but like as soon as we rolled credits on it, I was just like, wow, I felt nothing out of this movie. Like it didn't really make me feel anything about it. And like I'm not even saying that in like a negative, oh my god, it didn't make me feel anything. I'm just sitting there like, I mean, it was certainly a movie. It certainly had a beginning, middle, and end. It certainly had stakes to it. But will I ever return to this movie? Fuck no. Like, when it comes to the Ghibli catalog, there is a reason why this movie in 2010 absolutely flew under the radar for me back then, and why I absolutely keep on forgetting it, because no shit, I thought to myself, oh yeah, Ponyo, so that means when the wind rises, so that means Up on Poppy Hill is next. No, I forgot about fucking Arietty.
So here's a fun fact about me in this movie. This is the first Ghibli movie I got to see in a theater.
Really?
That must have
Yeah.
been gorgeous, though.
Yeah, no. So the other Ghibli movies I was only ever able to see when they were out on home media. At the time, I only saw Spirited Away and a few others. At the time, I can't remember which ones. There was a time where I had only seen a few, and I did my own marathon like many years ago. But anyway, Arietty came out, and I noticed it was Ghibli, and I wanted to see it so bad in a theater because I had never seen a Ghibli movie in a theater. And I will say, as far as being a Ghibli film to see in a theater, it did its job. I'll say this, the scenes where they're exploring the house, like as these little people,
Yeah.
is outstanding in a theater. And I think you unfortunately lose a lot when you're not watching it in that setting. And I hate when that happens.
I will say this though, and this is a bit of foreshadowing for later on in the podcast, but I would argue going to see anime films in theaters is fucking amazing when you can do it, even in subtitled form. It's just like,
yeah,
anime films in general feel so much better to watch in an actual theater than having to watch them on like a monitor at home or something like that.
I'd argue that for like even any traditionally animated film, any 2D animated film, they're always amazing to see in theaters. Like, I remember, so at the time, this is going to be fun. This is a bit of a side tangent. At the time the My Little Pony movie came out, I was dating someone who was super into the show. And I liked the show, but I wasn't like a mega fan, but I was up for seeing it. And there was just something so wild about going to a movie theater and seeing 2D animation again, I remember. Just that feeling was so weird.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Side note to now I gotta do a 1 second side tangent to review the 2017 My Little Pony movie. It
Listen, only
is
sometimes we stay
fine.
on topic.
It is fine. I enjoy it.
Listen,
There's my
if we
review.
stayed on topic, we wouldn't all be fucking neurodivergent fucking messes. You expect us to not be ADHD on this podcast, Melissa?
Anyway,
No, because I'm possibly the most ADHD of all of us.
So you know
Missy,
how
did
that
you have
goes.
any other thoughts on Arietty, you said?
Yes, the third act would benefit a whole lot from just going full Disney animated classic Aristocats.
Yes.
Fair.
Cartoon violence.
Or even
I require
like
cartoon violence.
Or even Great Mouse Detective in that regard.
Great
Oh,
Mouse
yeah.
Detective. Ghibli already did it with friggin' The Cat Returns.
True. But I'm like saying in terms of like
I think
a movie where
the movie as a standalone needed that tone switch.
Mhm.
Yeah, because, like, it very much stayed at one very consistent tone, which was just, like, whimsy, but also maybe there's some drama, but mostly whimsy. And it's just, like, I get it, that's sort of what the Ghibli vibe is for most part, but, like, this is the one movie
there was
where
a
I would have
daring rescue, but even that daring rescue felt very understated.
Yeah,
I
like,
didn't
when the
mind
main
the
villain only gets introduced, like, I guess, like, that's the main villain, I think we can call that old lady.
So I will say I didn't mind necessarily the fact that a lot of it was understated because it fits with like the idea of a smaller story with smaller stakes fits with
Yeah.
a movie about a smaller world. I liked that. But one thing I will say, while a lot of this movie wasn't necessarily outstanding, there is one aspect I will point out as 100% outstanding outside the animation.
The soundtrack?
The soundtrack. Cecile Corbel, like so they brought in a French harpist to do the music for this movie.
Yeah.
And good
That makes a lot of sense.
good god, she
Yeah.
did so well. She also sang the main theme, which so good.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I will say one thing. I am not going to be forgetting the goddamn soundtrack to this movie anytime soon. I think it is like a top 5, maybe even top 3 OST from Ghibli, to be real. It's probably never going to top Spirited Away, in my opinion, because that is like peak Ghibli soundtrack front to back. But holy
the fact
fuck.
the fact that her music is able to go toe to toe with fucking Joe Hisaishi says something, you know?
Yeah, and like this is a rarity where a Ghibli film did not have soundtracking by Joe Hisaishi. Like that is incredible. And like I was literally saying to myself, wow, this does not feel like Joe. And then I realized as soon as the harps came in, oh, it's not Joe, is it?
Yeah, no, it's like Arietty's theme, especially is an outstanding piece. Like even just the instrumentals to it are just beautiful.
My last thoughts on Arietty before we get into the ranking. Neither of you know this because I figured this out like just earlier before recording.
Uh-huh.
I figured out the read that low-key makes me adore this movie.
Oh?
Jazzy, would you agree that Arietty, the structure of the movie is a textbook modern origin story movie?
Yeah, I'd say so.
The one problem with it is that there's no
follow-up.
There's no follow-up, there's no sequels, there's no animated series that this could be the feature length first episode of. But it takes away a lot of the I guess a lot of the bitterness. Like I think I think the open-endedness, it depends on how much you're willing to give the movie.
Hmm.
I felt like the movie was a little too I guess I felt a little too passive while watching the movie.
That's fair.
But if you voluntarily watch it and mentally put it in the context of, okay, all these players are going their own ways. The table has been flipped. The die has been cast. This is how we ended up where we are, where everyone else gets to have adventures, whether we get to see them or not.
Fair. I also want to mention one thing. From this film on, I will have fun little stories for each movie leading up to that are about the hype behind them and leading up to me seeing them in theaters or lack thereof, depending on the movie.
Right,
Because
yeah, because we're
this
running
was
out.
yeah, because I saw Arietty when I was 14 and was really like big on reading movie news on the internet, so I will have stories to say about the lead ups to each of these films. And like I said, with Arietty, it was simply that I saw the poster and it was the first Ghibli film I got to see in a theater. So
All right.
Yeah, and like this is the thing. We're in the end game now. We're in the home stretch of this marathon.
We're in the modern era.
Because
yeah,
because we have 6 films remaining. We have From Up on Poppy Hill, The Wind Rises, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, When Marnie Was There, Earwig and the Witch, and finally Boy and the Heron.
this is gonna be wild.
This is gonna be, when I say that this last stretch of it is kind of just like a bit of an up and down sort of thing, I mean, we're sort of in like a bit of we went from like a pretty big peak in Ponyo back down to a slump in Arietty. I don't know where From Up on Poppy Hill is gonna go, to be honest.
From Up on Poppy Hill is probably one of the Ghibli films I watched the least, so that's the one I'm a bit up on the air on what I'm gonna think. But I will say after that, there's only gonna be one film I outright dislike, and
Yeah,
3 guesses. I'll give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count.
let me guess. Earwig and the Witch.
First 2 don't count. That didn't count.
Earwig and the Witch.
That didn't count.
Earwig and the fucking Witch, Jazzy!
Well,
Movie
you got
comes
it.
out of the mirror. Oh God!
But yeah, but for now, where does our good friend Arietty sit on the ranking?
Well, from bottom to top, it goes Earthsea, Palm Poker, Grave of the Fireflies, Ocean Waves, Nazca, Arietty, Only Yesterday, Porco Rosso, My Name is the Yamadas, Castle in the Sky, The Cat Returns, Howl's Moving Castle, My Name is Totoro, Ponyo, Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, Whisper of the Heart, and Spirited Away at the top.
Good shit.
I'm actually kind of stunned that Arietty sits above Nazca.
Well, that's...
Admittedly, I prefer Nausicaa personally, but that's just me.
Yeah, like...
Because I have them right next to each other, and
Yeah.
Nausicaa is just above Arietty.
Mhm.
So someone's list is weighing the stats here.
Okay, yeah, I think I might have had to double check mine. Swap around Nazca for Arietty, editing Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Because it actually makes a
Anywho.
lot more
Editing
sense. I
Chloe.
have no fucking clue why Arietty is up there like that. And also, surprisingly, Ocean Waves is right next to Arietty still. And for those of you who are thinking, hey, isn't this like a bit weirdly different from how it was last time? Yeah, that's because we did an audit immediately after Arietty and just went like, okay, what the fuck are we actually doing with this? We actually kind of need to fix some shit about this ranking.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, but yeah. Anyway, who wants to hear about the last 3 movies I watched for 2025 before, after we did our ranking?
Oh, yeah, but you can't go backsies on your fucking ranking there, Jazzy. It's forever.
I'm going to go backsies on 1. I'm going to go backsies on 1.
I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let the two of you handle this one.
Okay. So after we did our ranking of 2025 films, I saw 3 more films, and I'm going to go over them right now. The first film I saw was Avatar: Fire and Ash.
I have no dog in this fight.
Say the
Go
line,
ahead.
Jazzy.
Okay, let me go over the first 2 before I before I start, first you have James Cameron's Avatar, no relation to an actual good IP, because this isn't good.
No relation to a good IP that has also had bad handling.
Yeah. I don't like it. It has pretty visuals, but it's just Pocahontas in space. So, imagine my surprise when James Cameron, many years later, came in with his sequel, Avatar, Just Add Water, because I call it that because it's just the first film again, but they're in Waterland.
The fact that you had to go ahead and make a H2O Just Add Water reference.
Yes, because that's what it is. It's just the first movie, but they're in water now. That's all the second film is. I remember when I was watching this, my mouth was agape. I was shocked that I was just watching the same movie again. So, when my roommate Ash, whose name is in the title of this movie. Wait, I'm sorry, it's not called Fire and Ash. I call it Avatar Reheated Trash. Because guess what? It's the same fucking movie again! James Cameron made billions of dollars pressing Control V! To its credit, I will give it credit on one thing. For the first 2/3, it looked like it was going somewhere original, but imagine my shock. I am watching this boring movie that is at the very least doing something new, and then at the third act, they are just repeating the climax of the second movie, which was just a repeat of the climax of the first movie, but this one was down to reusing the same shots from the second film. This is a hundreds of millions of dollar film. Why are we doing this?
Because it made money like one time, and now we are doomed to like endless Avatar sequels until James Cameron fucking carks it.
I am not even kidding when I say that the climax of this movie is just shots from the climaxes of the previous two stitched together. I was shocked. I had a moment of cosmic realization when that happened in the theater.
It goes full fucking clip show?
Yeah, there was a point where my brain turned off because I realized this happened. And I couldn't process it. Other than that, it's another Avatar movie. The characters are boring. Sam Worthington's performance is boring. The effects look nice, but they're doing a lot of the legwork at this point, and those legs are going. There's a new Na'vi lady who's evil that I guess people simp for, but I didn't see the appeal because she was barely distinguishable from the other blue Smurf elves. I don't like these movies. And apparently, even though this film made $1 billion...
If another one comes out, will you be going to see it?
Probably for this podcast, so I can come back years later and say, guess what? They copy and pasted it again! Although apparently a fourth film isn't a guarantee, because even though this film made $1 billion, James Cameron said it didn't make enough $1 billion, and he says the only way they're going to make another one is if they could find a way to speed up making them. Which, given the fact that he is so pro-AI, everyone should be terrified right now. Oh, by the way, you know how everyone was worried there was going to be Gen AI in this film, and he said, don't worry, I'll put a disclaimer at the beginning? That was a fucking lie.
There was Gen AI in the film?
I don't know, but there was no disclaimer. So if someone ends up like, once this film releases on home media, if someone like looks through it and finds Gen AI shit, I will not be surprised. Because there was no disclaimer. You are a liar, James. Anyway, after that, I saw Wake Up Dead Man finally.
Oh, do tell me how did you think of it?
And I'm going to say this, Chloe. I hate to say it. I need to go back and alter my ranking, because this is now my favorite film of 2025.
You bitch!
I'm sorry. This film affected me in ways I can't even begin to describe.
Look, I understand. Wake Up Dead Man is an incredible fucking movie. It's really fucking great. But also, we had a special moment and you're ruining it now retroactively.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have no... If you don't want to count my change is valid, that's completely fine.
Yeah, that's fair. But, like, it's unofficially your number one. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. So, Wake Up Dead Man's an interesting movie because it's a film that tackles a lot of, so it's another Knives Out mystery, obviously, but on top of that, it also tackles themes of religion and like how, like, specifically Judeo-Christian beliefs, such as largely Catholicism, because that's where what we're working with in this movie.
Hmm.
And fun little fact about me, I grew up Catholic, so
Fuck.
I,
Okay,
Ah,
that makes
okay.
sense.
yeah, I grew up Catholic. I left the church when I was 18, and they were no longer, so my church ended up helping pay for my high school because I went to a Catholic school, and I needed to keep going if I wanted the money to come in. So once the final payment was made, I was like, I'm out of there, because I had a schism with the church. Nowadays, I consider myself Methodist, but it's not the biggest part of my life. I find community in it, but and I appreciate that. But the point is, I have my faith, and this movie kind of spoke to me in many ways regarding my own journey in faith. So, and it's interesting because you have so many garbage, you have so many garbage Christploitation flicks from folks like Pure Flix that can't get me to feel a thing. And now you have a film made by a secular director that spoke to me on a spiritual level I didn't think was possible. And
Awesome.
I can't really go into details without spoiling it, but like, this film goes places. I really like the main character, not Blanc, but the guy who's with him for most of the movie. He is such an interesting character. I love his journey, and I love his philosophy, and I love everything about him. Uh Josh Brolin, he's 2 for 2 on great performances this year after Weapons, so Glenn Close owned it. Every actor in this movie was great. I have no complaints with this one. Again, I connected with it on a very personal level, and I loved it a lot. And I liked the resolution to the differences in Blanc and Judd's beliefs. I liked where they went with that. Y'all still there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
still here.
Okay. All right. And then
I
finally,
just
the
like
last.
hearing you talk.
Yeah, same.
All right. And then the last film I saw from 2025, right at the tail end of the year, right before the final hours to midnight, was Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Ooh.
And
So I liked it a lot, but I feel like they rushed some aspects of the book. That's what I'll say. It's probably one of del Toro's weaker movies, but I think it says a lot that it is one of his weaker movies, and it's still a banger. Like, I like the set design, the performances were great. I am totally cheering for Jacob Elordi to win Best Supporting Actor because he was outstanding as the monster. Oscar Isaac is as great as you'd expect, being Oscar Isaac in a film that isn't Rise of Skywalker. So,
Hmm.
uh, yeah, no, I really enjoyed so much of it. Like, this is one I need to definitely watch again. And it is always interesting seeing Frankenstein movies that try to go for more of an adaptation of the book rather than the universal monster.
yeah,
Like, I think the last time they tried a more straight adaptation was Kenneth Branagh's take on the film, which was interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I will say Frankenstein is a movie that I absolutely need to watch, having, like, the book itself had a formative impact on me.
That's
So
fair.
I feel like I need to do justice by, like, seeing what this adaptation brings to it.
hmm Like I said, I feel like there's some that there's some aspects of what was I gonna say? I lost track. There's some aspects of the book that did feel that they adapted that did feel a bit rushed, particularly in the last 30 minutes, but it is still a very enjoyable film, and I will definitely watch it again, as I do with a lot of Del Toro's films. Not quite on the same level as absolutely adored it, like Pan's Labyrinth, Pinocchio, or Shape of Water, but still really dang good.
Cool.
Hmm. I mean, I still have yet to watch Frankenstein, to be honest, and I'm saving that for like, because I've heard it could be quite intense, and I'm saving it for when I'm in like a good enough headspace for it. But I have heard very good things about it, and this is just making me go like, right, okay, gotta get to it eventually.
Yeah, it's really good.
Hell yeah. So you talked about movies from last year. There's one film that technically did come out last year, but only got in cinemas in here recently. I'm gonna make this one quick because I'm not sure if you two have actually seen the IP this is from. I watched the Zombieland Saga movie Yume Ginga Paradise when it was in theaters here.
I've never seen anything of Zombieland Saga, so yeah.
It's really good. It also has like the best trans representation I've seen in a hot minute. And
Hell yeah.
And the movie is also really good. For fans of Zombieland Saga who are on the channel already, it's fucking great. It really makes me hope this is not the end of the series itself, but if this is the finale to Zombieland Saga, holy shit, what a note to go on, because fucking hell. But I would definitely say, first of all, watch Zombieland Saga, the both of you. Like, this is me putting up the gun and being all like, watch fucking Zombieland Saga.
Oh.
How many guns have you pointed at me to watch stuff at this point, Chloe?
And as many as needed. Yes,
Well,
but it's,
once more, Miss Swan, as always.
yeah, but it's really fucking good. And again, best trans representation I've seen in an anime in a hot minute. It's really fucking good, and you two, I feel, would fucking enjoy it. And when you eventually get to that point, watch this fucking movie, because holy fucking shit, it goes off the rails, and it's actually arguably very emotionally impactful, and arguably gives one of the characters who has been mostly, for those of you who are listening who have watched Zombieland Saga, you know who I'm talking about. It gives that character in particular a lot of emotional stakes, when for the 2 seasons of the show, they had been relegated to comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I fucking love characters that are basically there for comedic value, that get emotional stakes suddenly and a full-blown character arc, and we fucking love that shit.
Fair.
But the one movie I did actually go and see that is, and I will preface this by saying, I have a cutoff point for movies from 2015. If your movie was released on or after Christmas of 2015, it's a 2016 movie. Fuck off. So
yeah, no, like there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, just last year I did a bit of flexibility with a movie coming out the previous year, but not getting access to it in the States until the year after with Colors Within. So
yeah. So to that end, Marty Supreme is a fucking time.
I heard it was good. Like both my roommate and my girlfriend have seen it, and they're kind of split in their reactions, which I thought was funny.
Okay, what were their reactions?
Ash loved it. Jordy hated it.
Okay, I can kind of understand that. It feels like a very divisive kind of film, depending on depending on who you are as a person. I really fucking love this movie, actually. Timothée Chalamet plays such a good fucking unrepentant asshole, and I should have seen this coming because he played Paul fucking Atreides so well.
Oh yeah, no, he's good at playing assholes.
Oh yeah, he's great. And he plays like he plays like an absolute unrepentant asshole in this film. And it's great. It's great. You get to just watch like 2.5 minutes of him just like being like the biggest prick possible, and then getting every sort of comeuppance thrusted upon him, and yet you're still just out here being all like, why the fuck am I rooting for this dickhead? He should not be getting what he wants out of this. And the thing is, and this is not a spoiler, he doesn't. It's just so fucking great that at every point it's just like, oh, you think he's eventually going to like actually get somewhere in this? It's just like, nope, here's another thing. And it's just like, oh my god, let's fucking go.
I am curious to watch it because it involves because it was made by one of the Safdie brothers, it has drawn comparisons to Uncut Gems, which I really loved. So,
Oh, I definitely get the Uncut Gems sort of vibe from it, but it definitely has a much different vibe to it. I feel like Uncut
gotcha.
Gems was very much more like actively like giving you death flags like every single minute. This, on the other hand, is just like the closest thing I can say to that is that like there's humiliation flags every single other minute. Which is, and unfortunately, I will preface this, I did have to see Timothée Chalamet's pasty white butt for this movie.
Oh, dang. Not gonna watch it now.
The boy has no ass, is all I will say there. But, yeah, it's good. As the first movie I'm seeing for 2016, and I'm making a little resolution to myself to see more movies in theaters this year, honestly, it was a good note to start on. It also has Tyler, the fucking creator, in it as well. So you know what? That's fucking peak. I need to see more Tyler, the creator, in like A24 films, and especially given the fact that like he went from doing fucking Loiter Squad and Regular Show like over a decade ago, and now he's doing A24 films. That's incredible of a glow up for a career, if I do say so myself.
Fair enough.
But
That
yeah,
works.
those are the two films I was talking about.
I haven't seen any films, but I am watching a couple things currently.
Do you want to do a Melissa's watching something?
Melissa's finally watching a thing. Melissa's actually watching two things. Next month, I will have finished one of them.
Good stuff.
So I'll be able to talk about that then. But I am currently up to date as of the last day of January on Kamen Rider Zets, which is the currently airing Kamen Rider series that's being simulcast in Japan and globally.
Good shit.
It's so much friggin' fun. It's a send up to the 007 secret agent genre. And it's the action. It's got such pretty choreography. And it's filmed gorgeously. And like it looks like everyone is just having so much fun the entire time. It's
Nice.
so good.
In terms of finally doing something, I'm finally making a lengthy video for once.
Nice. Nice.
Let's go.
So, I had been talking about wanting to do video essay stuff for a while, and
Yeah.
then I came to one conclusion that changed everything.
What?
Video essays
Quest for
are
Camelot's not gonna work.
that, and video essay formats are not my thing. Like, I am not like an analytical person who can talk at length about stuff going on. I am just a goober who likes talking about games. So, I'm going to make a video that's me being just a goober talking about games. And quite frankly, I have the Kingdom Hearts power scaling video we did to thank for that.
Oh, nice.
Because I realized the way I approached it in this kind of somewhat analytical but mostly chaotic way is like, I want to do more shit like this. Like, more stuff where I have something to say, but I'm also a gremlin about it, so...
I'm really glad that doing that video inspired you, because I was so worried about you doing that Quest for Camelot video, and you were just like, you were hyping that up over the course of 2013, and it's just like, oh, that's never coming out, is it? But I'm so glad that doing the KH video actually inspired you in a different direction. I'm so fucking happy for that.
Right, because I've tried to do videos before where I've talked about games and movies like in a more like formal style, and I'm like, this isn't working. This isn't me. Like nothing, like I don't sound like, even though I clearly wrote it and am informed on a subject, I don't sound like it. And it was bugging the shit out of me the entire time.
It's a very one of the things that you have to figure out very fast is what kind of voice that you
Mhm.
are going to have when you talk about shit.
Yeah, but I decided I'm gonna try one more thing in terms of long videos. I decided I wanted to do kind of a fun, goofy, little chaotic video, like looking over whether or not Sonic Adventure 2 holds up. And
Mmm.
I made more progress on that than anything I had tried up to that point.
Okay.
I'm currently editing it.
Let's
Oh, let's
fucking
fucking go.
go!
Like, we are in the video editing stage. I just have to record the last story footage, and then I have all the footage I need, but I've been able to at least start it. I at least started to edit with what I had, so
Mm.
there's even a sneak peek on my YouTube channel via a short, so
I think I have
Oh,
seen that.
cool.
I'm so fucking hyped for that.
yeah, no, like I said, like, as much as I'm sad the Quest for Camelot video didn't go anywhere, because that was a whole rabbit hole that I was kind of fascinated by, but I needed to do something that would be fun, so.
Sometimes that's just what you need to do. Again, it's
Mhm,
pretty much been part of my effort since the beginning of doing videos myself. If it is not
mhm.
fun to do, you should not be doing it.
Right, and like I said, the KH power scaling one kind of just I realized, yeah, the way I went about that was a lot more interesting and fun to me and more me, because I think regardless of anyone's opinion on that video, I love it. I will always love it. It's one of my favorite things.
Oh, I
Like,
still get comments on that video to this day of people being all like, "What the fuck? Why is Vanitas this low?" And I'm like, "Bitch, we explained."
right,
Listen,
right.
Vanitas deserves to be that low.
But I liked the
Any
contrast of
complaints that I have about it, Vanitas deserves to be that low.
he does. But I like the contrast of it where you two mostly had your own kind of more analytical perspective on it, and I'm just a fucking gremlin saying whatever shit comes to my mind.
Yeah?
Well, interesting you mentioned the KH video, because, as we're nearing the end of the Ghibli Marathon, I did want to say this real quick. We should fucking do that again, but for the Ghibli Marathon. We should, like, actually, like,
Oh,
have, like,
gods.
expanded thoughts on, like, all of what we talked about and actually finalize our rankings for it and do what we did for the Ghibli
Yes,
video, and do what we did for the KH video, but for the Ghibli ranking.
absolutely.
Oh, no.
Missy, why are you going, oh no, you were one of the people that was on board for that at the beginning.
Listen, someone's got to offset the enthusiasm here.
And we love you for that.
uh, but yeah, I guess unofficially announcing it at some point after the Ghibli Marathon is completed, like sometime this year, because we're eventually going to be finishing it this year.
I mean, if we're on pace, we should wrap up sometime in June, July.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
August at the latest.
August at the late. Yeah, let's. We'll definitely be done by the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of when that video will be coming out, sometime in the back half of 2026.
Or front half of 2027. Let's not set extremely high expectations.
I mean, if we finish it up in August at the absolute latest, that still gives us like 4 months to write a script, and we already have most of our thoughts. We already have like the outline of where everything is going. We don't have to debate about that.
Chloe, you forget I'm me.
Yes, but at the same time.
We'll do our best. How's that?
I mean, we did an alright job with that in a timely fashion for the KH video.
Yeah.
Oh. Also, like, can I be real? The latter half
Yeah?
of the
You're
the
not
last
already?
couple months of 2020, the last couple months have been a fucking time, to be honest.
Yeah.
No shit.
I'm not even talking like from a global perspective. I'm also just talking like from a personal standpoint, because it's just like,
Yeah, no shit.
yeah, you know about it because I've been telling you in private about that stuff, Missy.
I mean, we're all going through shit individually.
Yeah. The world is
Listen,
a fucking time, and
hey-
I'm glad I get to do this
hey,
with all of you.
Hey, audience, be there for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a reason why I'm glad that I still get to do this podcast with the both of you in the times that we are in, because I actively look forward to watching silly, goofy movies and fucking classics, even if some of them are kind of hot garbage sometimes with you two, because...
I wouldn't put K-pop Demon Hunters that low.
Oh, shut up! You know what I mean. You know what I mean. We've watched some pretty gnarly shit for this marathon.
Oh yeah.
We have but also, like, yes, getting to just like fucking like dance like while you watch K-pop Demon Hunters for the first time, that was fucking great.
Oh yeah.
But like, yeah, it's been a fucking time, and like I say that because I have felt like in the entirety of 2025, I was saying to myself, right, okay, I'm gonna do so much this year. I'm gonna get so many video ideas out. I'm gonna do all these things. And then my output for the entirety of 2025, I look at it compared to like 2023 and 2024, it was like half of what I did for both of those years. And then
Damn.
I realize, oh fuck, it's not burnout. Everything was just kind of shit last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just said to myself, okay, I'm gonna give myself some level of grace because I've come back strong
You deserve it.
with a couple good videos that have managed to get some pretty decent traction, even if they're not like blockbuster successes like what I was hoping for. It's giving me hope that maybe the stuff that I'm putting out this year might actually still be good. And I'm honestly, I kind of want to be a bit more consistent with my output and also just consistent with stuff in general. Like, I'm glad at least I have one audition underneath my belt for this month. And I'm glad that I have one video underneath my belt for this month already. That's a good start already for 2026, if I'm being honest.
Hell yeah.
It is 2026. It is, in fact, 2026.
We are only 1 month into 2026.
What the fuck?
As of tomorrow, as of when this podcast comes out, it'll be February. But again, we are recording this at the end of January.
Oh my god.
Listen, I just want things to get better.
Me too.
Me too. But I think
want things to get better for everyone.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the thing about things getting better is that you kind of have to just, like, unfortunately keep pushing forward on things that you don't want to do, even though it's easier to just, like, just let it be about it.
Just give up?
Yeah, you don't get anywhere by just being complacent about shit.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to just be all like, I don't want to fucking do this, but I know if I don't do this, nothing will ever change.
Yeah. Such is
the way of life sometimes, but you gotta fucking just, remind yourself of that when times
Chat,
are
be
shit.
there for each other.
Yeah, be there for each other.
Support each other.
Yeah, and supporting each other also means putting a gun up to their head at sometimes being all like, I know you don't want to do this, but you gotta fucking do it.
I'm going to take away that gun at one point.
Listen.
I'm gonna kick the gun out of your hand.
What are you girls gonna learn that I've duct taped it, that it's glued to my hands like Guns Akimbo?
Fucking Guns Akimbo.
Guns for hands, baby.
Movie.
Let's go.
I need to watch that movie. It looks fun.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. Like, it's one of those movies that you could probably just turn your actual brain off to and just go like, Daniel Radcliffe has guns for hands. What are we doing here?
It's one of those movies that I feel like would work for me because they have such a good actor doing this crazy shit. So,
it's so good.
I'm super happy for Daniel Radcliffe, to be honest.
Me too.
Yes.
It's fucking it's Daniel Radcliffe and Robert Pattinson just kind of doing whatever, like, they've got the success and they're just doing whatever weird shit interests them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's something to aspire to.
I mean, fucking Robert Pattinson gets to be Batman. That's always amazing.
It's that same like spirit of like Christopher Lee, you know?
Mhm.
He gets to be Batman, and he gets to voice in, like, the most recent Ghibli film, which eventually we will be getting to this year.
Don't tell me anything that I want to go into these last 6 with like nothing. I don't want to know which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. I want to be surprised.
Oh, you'll know.
You'll know.
You'll see.
So where can everyone find the two of you?
I was about to say, I think on that note, even if it is a little bit dour on that note, what the fuck are y'all doing this month?
Well, trying to get a new job, firstly, because I got let go from my old one.
Saluting, hoping that it all goes well with the job hunt.
Honestly, I needed to get out of there, so I'm not too peeved about it.
Yeah.
And I got my ducks in order financially for now, so.
Well, that's good.
Listen, you deserve something so much better.
I'm so sorry.
Other than that, oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, I'm so sorry that you keep on having this bad luck with, like, fucking, like, workplaces that are just pieces of shit from front to back. You deserve so much better.
Man, look, I believe when one door closes, another's gonna open, so.
That's always a good way of looking at it.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no. Other than that, working on the video, like I said, I'm currently in editing. I gotta take some time to record the last story footage, which shouldn't even take me that long. I don't know why I'm delaying that, so.
Last
Should
story
do it
only
right
takes
now,
about,
like,
an
after-
hour or two?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it takes less than an hour. Like, it's just a bunch of cutscenes, 1 level, 2 bosses, and 1 boss is a pain in the ass, so. Oh, I'm not looking forward to fighting BioLizard again.
No, BioLizard.
Listen,
I hate
it's probably not as bad as the Sonic 06 that we
No,
that we
it
were all
isn't. BioLizard
along
isn't that
for
bad
run
a
for.
fight. BioLizard isn't that bad a fight, just suffers from jank, so.
Let's go! I love me some jank.
Oh, I do too. Like, there's a bit of footage where where Rouge got stuck between 2 platforms that I'm definitely gonna use somewhere in this video.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So what are you up to this month, Missy?
Fucking getting my ass in gear properly. On top of this ain't really a secret. I'm turning 30 this year.
So
Welcome
am
to the
I.
30 Club. Damn.
And that's
Oh,
gonna
right,
be
I keep forgetting I'm the oldest.
yeah, no shit. Did you think that Chloe was older than you, or
I don't know. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm genuinely curious whether you perceive me as younger than you are.
I don't know. I think I'm such a gremlin and just such a chaotic little bean, like that I keep thinking I'm the youngest in most groups, and then 9 times out of 10 I end up being the oldest, and it feels weird to me.
I always think I'm the oldest.
I am always perceived as the youngest for some reason, and I have no idea how this keeps on happening. And it's true in this case, because, like, December 96.
Me, tired bags under my eyes, the two of you feral bouncing around the room.
Yes, but you're turning 30. Yes, but what's happening with that one, Missy?
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to organize some collaborations on stream with like a bunch of folks.
Oh.
Just to like I guess just to make it feel like that much more special. And on top of that, working on stuff behind the scenes because I need to throw together a VTuber debut sometime
Heck
this year.
yeah. Heck yeah.
Smile.
Wait, so you're telling me that everything that you've been doing up until this point has been your pre-debut?
Yes. I've been streaming as a VTuber for 5 years.
And you haven't even made your debut yet?
No.
What the fuck?
Okay. Not... So, like, I have my Live 2D model. That got debuted years back. I started using that so long ago.
Yeah.
Hardly anyone knows my lore, though. Knows the lore that I wrote for my character. So people know who my character Oz is. Y'all are familiar with, like, VTubers having, like, lore and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This isn't something that I have to explain. Okay, cool. Chat, you don't get to experience that.
It's funny because I haven't even tried to think of lore for my little object character. Like, I just don't.
Sometimes you don't even need it.
I was gonna say I'm also using them for an avatar in these little videos I'm doing because one big inspiration for my style is Super Butterbun. So
nice, yeah. Okay, yep, that tracks actually.
Yeah.
So I'm organizing a bunch of stuff and getting stuff together behind the scenes and all that jazz. Chloe, what are you up to?
I don't fucking know. This is actually the first time in
Let's
a while.
go!
This is actually the first time in a while where it's just like, I have no fucking clue. I have a few ideas for some videos that, like, I'm getting some scripts ready to go for, but in terms of what order they're coming out in, I guess just whichever one I end up completing first will probably be my video for February, but, like, I'm not holding myself over a fire to be all like, hey, this is what's coming out this month. Like, whatever comes out will just be what I think is just going to be, like, the one that I think will work the best for this month. And also just the one I feel like like I mentioned before with Jazzy, the one I'm having the most fun with writing. And the one I feel most inspired by writing, to be honest.
Fraying in it.
Yeah. And it feels wild to be able to say that now because it's just like, this will be like my third year. Well, actually, 2013, 2014, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. This will be my fourth year in a row where I'm actively making videos, making videos throughout the year. And after what happened last year, I kind of just want to do, like, the one that I think will be the most fun to do. I think my big issue was that I keep on trying to chase trends, trying to get views going, but with how the last video went in regards to doing, like, seasonal anime stuff, and that ended up being pretty alright by the end of it. I'm just going with whatever feels right and hoping it works, just seeing where it goes at this point. I'm just trying not to go for instant gratification in terms of, like, big spikes in views, and more just like, what will work best in the long term?
What will work best in the long term is what people can tell you're passionate about.
Exactly. So whatever I feel the most passionate by this month in terms of writing, I'm going to get to work on that, and that'll come out before the end of the month. You might see me talk here and there about, like, stuff from seasonal anime
February.
stuff.
We're still recording this the last day of January.
Yeah, February. Yeah. Yeah, end of February. And I have to state that because
Chloe is going to get something written, recorded, edited, and uploaded in 18 hours.
Look, technically it's already February for me over here.
Oh, right.
Remember, it's future. it's future time over here, so I'm already in February. So like I have 27
how
days.
does the world work?
Lord only knows.
What
But
do you
if
mean? What do you mean the Earth spins?
What do you mean it's not a Discworld? Which also I've been reading some of that because I've been wanting to do more reading of books this time. More on that next time when I finally finish the first Discworld novel I've been reading. But until then, I am your host Chloe, and these are my co-hosts Missy and Jazzy.
Hi, I'm Jazzy. Welcome to the Chaotically. Wait, we're at the end.
You thought I was gonna jump in, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna jump in, and I stopped you before it happened.
This has been the Chaotically Queer Podcast.
Nah.
This has been the Chaotically Queer Podcast. Bye.
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 Bye.